Greetings and welcome to Martina's biology class. Let's talk about the levels of organization. So, in case you don't know, the levels of organization are basically a way of categorizing things from simplest to most complex. So let's start with the simplest, and that is going to be the atom. Now, this represents an atom of oxygen. It has two ports that we can attach two more things to. So in this case, we're adding hydrogen. So we had an atom of oxygen with two atoms of hydrogen to make this, which is H2O, right? Two H's, one O. This is a water molecule. So we've already experienced our first level. That was atoms. Atoms combine to form molecules. Now you can have all sorts of different kind of molecules. For example, this right here is CH4. The black orb is going to be our carbon, surrounded by four hydrogens, which makes a CH4 molecule, also known as methane. So, water, methane, these are examples of molecules. And what that means is we can't see this with the naked eye. We can see water for sure, but we can't see the individual molecules of water. Now you notice that I picked three different colors. We have red, black, and white. The black symbolized carbon. Now the red symbolized oxygen. The white symbolized hydrogen. These are very important atoms to life. So when we talk about macromolecules or biomolecules, we're dealing with a lot of carbons, hydrogens, and oxygens. The four different types of macromolecules or biomolecules are proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, and carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates are very important for us because we need carbohydrates to live. You might have heard about people trying to cut down on their carbs. What that means is that they're trying to reduce their sugar intake, right? So, carbohydrates are sugar. This is an example of one of those carbohydrates. This is a 6 carbon sugar, also called hexose. So, glucose, which is something you might be familiar with, is a 6 carbon sugar. You often will see it in a ring form. So, atoms make up molecules, molecules make up macromolecules, and macromolecules make up organelles. Now, organelles act as like the little mini organs of the cell. So it's skipping ahead a bit, but just understand that the organelles are going to be what helps the cell achieve its function. As an example, let's go with the nucleus, right? Everybody knows nucleus. It has the DNA, right? The nucleic acid, one of our macromolecules. So the atoms make up the molecules make up the macromolecules, and the macromolecules, for example, nucleic acid, can be found inside the nucleus of the cell, which is an organelle, right? Now, all the different organelles combine to form, or can be found inside of, a cell. I have a really bad habit of like picking my nails. And what happens is if I start picking away my nails, I'm losing my skin, right? My body has to create new skin cells in order to regenerate the tissue that was lost. Those cells combine to form tissue. So we have atoms making up molecules, molecules making up macromolecules, macromolecules making up the organelles, organelles make up the cell, and many cells together form tissues. There are lots of different types of tissues, from brain tissue to muscle tissue to skin tissue. All sorts of different kinds of tissue, each having their own specific function. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organ systems. Let's go with muscles, for example. All that muscle tissue can be found inside of your muscles. Collectively, all of your muscles then are going to be part of the muscular system. Then, after that, you have the complete organism. All the body systems working together to create this, an organism. Let's recap. So, we have atoms making up molecules, molecules making up macromolecules, macromolecules making up organelles, organelles making up cells, cells making up tissues, tissues making up organ systems, and of course, all the organ systems combine to form an organism. So, that's been the levels of organization. I hope this was helpful. I will see you tomorrow.